not a diary.
Yep,
Tomorrow
remember that
is
from
the
the book?
first day of middle school.
So it started off with
I'm not alone
art
in this
style
middle school
closer to
thing.
the
I've
book
got
with
my
the black
best
and
friend,
white
Ralph.
drawings. And now it gets over
It's
to
good to
the
know.
color style
Watch where you sit on the
drawings.
first day of school. Don't use the bathroom on the second floor. And finally, don't get the cheese touch. Because if you do,
Oh god, the
won't be
cheese
dead.
touch.
Thank you, Roderick, for that wonderful pep talk.
Wonderful. There's
Where are we
many.
here? Maybe my mom can homeschool me. Hey, Greg! Wanna come
Yeah, I see why people compare the art style to like Captain Underpants and
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be in therapy for this.
another movie that Peanuts movie. Yeah, people I've heard people compare the art style to those two films. Yeah, Raleigh.
Frankly, wanna see my
Oh god, those times when Fregley would get like sugar high in the book.
These little nerds. I'll pass their bedtime.
busted?
Is the mom gonna help?
There's a piece missing!
Disgusting.
I think it was in the book that I guess I won't reveal who ate it, but a certain somebody blank the cheese.
If you just stick with me, everything will be fine.
Nope.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were teenagers. Are you all right? You're all right.
Okay, so hey everybody, Blood Moon Bobby here, checking out the trailer for Disney Plus's new Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie, which to me is kind of the palate cleanser after watching that incredibly mediocre Home Sweet Home Alone trailer. So yeah, I've talked a bit about Diary of a Wimpy Kid on this channel before. Before we go any further, I would like to read the description of this trailer. It's quite lengthy, but that probably means there's quite a few details. So bear with me. I'm going to be reading the description. So, quote, here's what you need to know. Don't get the cheese touch. Or don't eat the cheese. Stream Diary of a Wimpy Kid, an all-new original movie on December 3rd on Disney+. The first book in Jeff Kinney's worldwide best-selling series comes to Disney+ in the all-new animated adventure Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Greg Heffley is a scrawny but ambitious kid with an active imagination and big plans to be rich and famous. He just has to survive middle school first. To make matters worse, Greg's lovable best friend Rowley seems to coast through life and succeed at everything without even trying. As details of his hilarious and often disastrous attempts to fill the pages of his journal, Greg learns to appreciate true friends and the satisfaction that comes from standing up for what is right. I guess I'll talk a bit about like my experience with the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. I remember I think the books came out originally when I was in right around middle school or high school, and I remember me and my sister used to check out the books, and yeah, I remember they used to make us laugh a lot. And so the description, because one of the big questions I have was I wasn't really sure which books the first Disney Plus's first Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie was going to cover. It looks like it's mainly going to focus on the first book. I was wondering if they were going to do things like combine elements from the other books in the series, but it seems really focused on the first one, which is all well and good. I mean, of course, it gives the film story much more of a focal point, and the movie does seem really faithful to that first book. I guess the probably the most eye-catching thing about this trailer and all the promotional materials of Disney Plus's movie is the art style, because I haven't admittedly seen too many of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid live action films. I saw Roderick Rolls Back when it first came out in the theater, and I actually thought that one was pretty good. But I always thought it was a little strange seeing Diary of a Wimpy Kid as live-action movies, because even though many of the scenes and jokes could translate to live-action, there was always something missing with how those movies were done in live-action instead of the book's art style. I mean, there would be moments where the characters would be animated in the book's art style, but most of it was a live action movie. So I always felt that the live action films lost a bit of the book's identity there. So it is cool to see in the trailer they started off in the book's art style where it's like black and white like this, and then when it goes into color, or it actually looks pretty good. I always thought it would be interesting if there were Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies done in the book's art style, but I wasn't really sure if it was going to be like black and white or if it was really going to look like something out of the book. So going in this way, I would say it helps the movie. It translates pretty well. So I do like the art style. I could see why people were saying, like I've seen on Twitter and like on YouTube, people were saying, oh, it looks a lot like that the Captain Underpants movie's art style or the Peanuts movie's art style. So I think I do like the art style of this trailer. It's able to take sort of the basic ideas of the book's art style and is able to translate them into make it more palatable for the movies. So I do like the art style. Again, a lot of the jokes in this trailer are really faithful to what I've seen in the books. So so I'm curious to see if even more scenes from that first book, how well they're going to play out in this movie, because I imagine that this movie is going to stick really closely to the plot of the first book. I think I mentioned in the last time I talked about Diary of a Wimpy Kid, that I mentioned that some of my favorite scenes from the book were not in this trailer, which don't get me wrong, I'm kind of glad that they aren't, because I really want to see how the movie itself is going to pull them off. So because I remember I think I said that some of my favorite scenes from the book included things like when Greg really wanted to play this really crazy soundtrack late at night, but his headphones weren't plugged into the stereo, and so his dad was freaking out and saying, and he said something along the lines of, "We're gonna have a little talk, friend," or there was a scene, I think from the first book, where there was a stage play where Greg is dressed up as a tree and it doesn't go so well. And then really anything that involves Manny, Greg's brother, it always kind of makes me laugh, and I could really relate to sort of Greg's frustration, that sort of feeling of, why does my younger sibling seem to get away with a lot more stuff than I would when I was younger, that kind of stuff. Of course, my sister is a really amazing artist and a person to work with, but I could relate to that sort of sibling sort of jealousy during those times. So I'm just trying to picture what's gonna happen if, I don't even know if I should say I'll say that somebody in the book dash the cheese, but I don't want to say who does in case you haven't read the book. So I'm curious to see how those scenes will turn out in the movie. It comes out on December 3rd on Disney Plus. Unfortunately, the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie is not going to make Disney Plus Day, which is November 12th, but I'm, really cool whenever, I'm really cool whenever this movie comes out, because at the end of the day, what matters to me is if I get a chance to see it and review it for this channel. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of the trailer for Disney Plus's animated Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie? Leave all those thoughts down below. Until next time, this has been Blood Moon Bobby, and thank you all for watching. Hi everyone, thanks for watching this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos and ring the bell to be notified about my latest uploads. Don't forget to follow me on social media for my latest opinions and video updates. I hope to see you next time.